to tell you is that life genuine does not belong to any countries, political party. We are the globalists to Hearties, Zinpingkai. Shuefeng. April 30th, 2007. Hello, Hearties. I have read your article, Shuefeng, how can you not hate the Japanese? Thanks for asking. The first thing I want to tell you is that life genuine does not belong to any countries, political parties, nationalities and religions, but belong to the whole mankind. What we pursue is not the statism or nationalism, but the globalism. The life genuine era initiated by us belongs to the whole mankind, and Chanyuan Celestial is a name which does not have nationality. Life genuine originated from Africa, and its concept's publicity started from Japan, its extensive publicity started from North America, its website server was not in China. We love China, and we also love Japan and all other countries around the world. We love Chinese, Japanese, and all people around the world. Chanyuan Celestials of Life genuine come from different nationalities around the world, including a lot of Japanese. We cannot build life genuine with hatred, but love. When most people around the world have become Chanyuan Celestial, states, religions, political parties and families will disappear, and all countries such as US, Britain, Japan and China will disappear, the hatred among different nationalities will also disappear. So we do not treat the world and various nationalities from the perspectives of history or present, but from the future perspective of life genuine era. You may misunderstand that Life genuine is just a Chinese organization because its language used currently is in Chinese. This is an illusion. In the future, you will see the different versions of Life genuine English version, Korean version and Japanese version, then you will not think that Life genuine is confined to land of China. In light of cultural heritage, the current Chanyuan Celestial belongs to Chinese nation, however, in light of territorial scope, the current Chanyuan Celestial belongs to US, Canada, France, Germany, New Zealand, Taiwan and China. In light of nationality, Chanyuan Celestial belongs to American, German. If I want, I can become an African in 3 months, so Life genuine does not represent China but the world. As a result, Life genuine does not have the problem of hating Japanese nor Chinese. Perhaps you will laugh at us and think that the concept of Life genuine cannot be accepted by other ethnic people except some parts of Chinese. I can tell you it is much easier for other ethnic people to accept the concept of Life genuine than our Chinese. In light of the concept of Life genuine, I have talked about it with Englishmen, Portuguese, Brazilians and Africans. They all are interested in it and ask me when the English version of Life genuine can come into the world. I told them that we only have the Chinese version. And after we finish the main concept framework in Chinese, we will start to spread Life genuine in other languages around the world. At that time, lots of people from other countries and nationalities will become Chanyuan Celestial. So, Life genuine will not only safeguard the interest of Chinese people but the interest of all people around the world. As a result, we don't have the hatred for Japanese. It will be an enormous mistake if you just regard Life genuine as a self-refining organization. A large quantity of content in the concept of Life genuine is not about self-refining and self-improving but to teach people how to be an upright person. Why does not Life genuine choose the road of Christ, the road of Buddha, the road of Muslim, the road of Marx, Lenin and Mao Zedong, the road of becoming a celestial being and the road of science, but the road of the greatest creator? Because Life genuine wants to normalize all the religions and to initiate a brand new era for all human beings. Life genuine era. Statism and nationalism cannot relieve the suffering of human beings, on the other hand, they will aggravate the suffering of people and accelerate the occurrence of those disasters. So we do not advocate and encourage people to hate each other, but advocate people to forgive, understand, respect and support each other. This is also in accordance with the instruction of Jesus Christ to love your foes. This is in accordance with the instruction of the Buddha to be merciful, too, and it is further in accordance with the benevolence tenet of Confucianism of Chinese nation. A man with knowledge, wisdom and benevolence should not narrowly go around campaigning for his own interest, but should first serve for the whole mankind. That is the difference of nobility and the inferiority, the difference of human and animal. Human beings should not be restricted and led by the representatives of different interest groups, but should be guided by those the most civilized people. Above are my replies to your questions, you may think about it. Wish you have an ease heart. Utopia and the home without marriage and family. Shui Feng. August 25, 2007. It is human beings' general attribute to pursue an ideal realm, society, human life and living, which is also the everlasting resources of spiritual driving force. The sages in history whose common wish is to lead human beings into an ideal society, no matter Plato's Republic, Thomas More's Utopia, Edward Bellamy's Looking Backward, Confucius' Great Harmony, and Marxist, Leninist theory about communism, they all want to lead human beings into an ideal society. In fact, when we study Lao Tzu, Sakyamuni, Jesus and Muhammad's aspiration, it is easy to find that they also want to bring human beings into an ideal society. Human beings not only study ideal society in theory but also explore it in reality. From the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom, Brook Farm in America, Fruitlands, Shakers, Pullman's Capitalism Utopia to Collective Farm in Soviet, People's Commune in China, Osho's Community, and kinds of utopia in Japan, America and Canada, they all try to explore an ideal approach for human beings. Unfortunately, the explorations above finally come to nothing in the sense of the practice. Yet it left us huge spiritual wealth though none of them worked it out. Maybe we cannot say they were because they helped us to move to a higher level from the beginning stage. Moreover, it is these explorations that made us able to get into the channel of life genuine and finally lay a foundation for human beings to get into life genuine. A theory, doctrine, or a creed won't work in practice if it is not perfect and also can't lead human beings into an ideal society. If you conduct the practice with imperfect theory, doctrine or creed, the result is that everything is lost. We will find out the defectiveness when we study the theory, doctrine and creed in history, however we shouldn't totally repudiate them for their defectiveness but discard the dregs and select the essence, inherit the essence of predecessors' thought, develop and bring forth new idea and finally lead human beings into an ideal realm. No matter what theory it is, it will be useless if you can't put it into practice, and no matter what practice it is, it will be walking in the darkness without the guidance of the theory. So far as human beings' attitudes toward ideal society, life a genuine value is a relative perfect system, that is not the brag and boast but a reality. Anyone who disagrees with this idea can compare your own theory, doctrine and creed to the values of life a genuine. As long as you compare them comprehensively, you have to acknowledge the values of life a genuine. If we make a summary of the theory, doctrine, creed and practice of utopia society in history, we can find there are 8 major limitations. There isn't a right concept of universe and right recognition of the greatest creator, time and space, and there isn't a reliable belief system. There isn't a right concept of life and a full-scale understanding about the origin, development and destination of life. There isn't a right concept of human life and a specific realization and definition to the values and significances of human life. Can't escape the restraints from the thinking of country and traditional family, and still turn over in the field of the country and the traditional family. Overlook the indolence, decay and autocracy in human nature. Short of systemic and explicit theory interpretation, use much more threatening and frightening tone, such as, go to hell. Short of the guidance of spirit and heart, either depress the love and sex or indulge the love and sex. Short of freedom, life is too dull, disciplines are too strict and impartial, human nature is suppressed. The home without marriage and family is the continuation of utopia and communism practice in history. It not only preserves the essence of the human intelligence but also develops a new visual field, not only avoids its defectiveness but also improves its theory and practice. Although many problems will occur in the process of concrete practice, we believe that the home without marriage and family can act the leading role in the process of getting into life a genuine era, as long as we think actively, act practically and realistically, improve continuously and hold steady of life genuine values. There will be 8 main features in the home without marriage and family of life genuine. Regard life genuine values as standard of living. Work according to one's ability, distribution according to one's need. Rid of the consciousness of family, religion, political party and country, no law and regulation, commandment and dharma. Everything depends on the power of soul, act with one's nature. Freedom of love and sex, follow the lifestyle of celestial beings in the 1,000-year world. Collective activity and collective canteen. No assignment, work as one's own choice. There are endless recreational activities and well-off in material. What kind of people can get into home without marriage and family? Fully comprehend the values of life genuine and willing to follow these values. Willing to sacrifice to the happiness of humankind. Mentally and physically healthy, love working. Generally paid off worldly obligation, having no worldly attachments. Regard yourself as one of the most civilized and excellent people among human beings. Enjoy entertainments, prefer to be clean and tidy. Believe that you can bring happiness to others instead of worries. Yearn for the lives of life genuine era, celestial islands continent, Elysium world. I would like to address the people who wish to get into the home without marriage and family by quoting the words of an author. In every great revolution era, there are some authentic idealists who had great sympathy to the humankind and had fought for human beings' freedom and liberation heroically as their magnificent career. For the purpose of the national benefits, everyone is obligated to sacrifice himself, where the Tao is, where his heart to place. Though thousands of people reject it, I will still toward it. Regardless of success or failure, despising the high position and great wealth, they dedicate their precious youth, blood even life to fulfill the wonderful dream. Such people are authentic lovable and respectable people and worth to be remembered and esteemed by humankind. What they have done liberate human beings step by step, and make people gradually step into the kingdom of freedom. Their sacrifices opened up a bright future for the later generation. Laborers are most respected here. Xiefeng. November 22, 2007. The most respected people in life genuine are not the exceptional functions, the wise men, the greatest talker, self-centered people, learners of the classic doctrines and moralizers etc., but the laborers. The builders of life genuine are the laborers, which include the people managing the website and homeland, the people writing for Chanyuan on the basis of life genuine values, the people in the other websites reprinting the corpus of life genuine, the people machining gems, the people follow the plaster on the internet to praise and encourage Chanyuan celestials, the people who prefer searching the articles, music and pictures according to truth, goodness, beauty, love, honesty, credit and then reprinting them on this website, the people who kindly and sincerely discuss, exchange, experience about life, time, space and human life. The laborers may not write articles filled with wits and wisdoms, may be short of the debated talents, may be too stupid to show one's intelligence, may be with ordinary performance, may unable to explain Buddhist doctrine or Tao, may be unable to recite or apply the paragraphs or sentences in the classics, but their souls are the most beautiful and their conducts can prove that they have obeyed the instructions of the Jesus, Buddha, Lao Tzu and the sages. It is impossible to amaze the people with a single brilliant feat here. Here one needs to work and make a tribute silently in a down-to-earth way, and the merits of life genuine are the examples for us to learn. If one wants to be respected by others, one has to become an arduous laborer. This is a warm homeland. Xiefeng. January 21, 2009. This is a warm homeland, and this is a warm homeland consists of the Chanyuan celestials in life genuine. This is a pioneering work, where the best wish since the existence of human locates. Human beings cannot walk out of confusion, misfortune, hunger, war, unrest and hardship until this warm homeland continually ferment, grow in strength and ferment the earth into such a warm homeland. All the citizens of this warm homeland are selfless contributors, who give up their own enjoyment and contribute all their time and energy to the construction of this homeland. They give up their own opinions, infuse their own personality into this common cause and resonate completely with Life Genuine in the same frequency. They give up their own private interest and try their best to donate or invest their personal wealth to this warm homeland. They overcome various difficulties and enter into this homeland every day to contribute their wisdom and talents. They warm the hearts of their brothers, sisters, relatives and lovers with their most ardent words. Just a few days ago, they donate more than 100,000 renminbi in less than a day to solve the temporary plight faced by Chanyuan Celestials in the homeland. Selfless contribution is one of the greatest and loftiest quality of human being. Jesus Christ is a selfless contributor, the Buddha Sakyamuni is a selfless contributor, Avalokitesvara is a selfless contributor. All the men who devote themselves to the peace, happiness and tranquility of people are selfless contributors. Those men who, armed with the religious feelings, work selflessly and regardless of their personal gain and loss are selfless contributors. All the Chanyuan Celestials in Life Genuine is selfless contributor. This warm homeland is established according to the 800 new life values, the wish of the greatest creator, the guidance of Jesus Christ, the instruction of Buddha Sakyamuni, according to the wish and spirit of Prophet Mohammedan, the wisdom of the celestial being Lao Tzu, the ideals of all the sages in the human history, the supplication of the people who are kindness, industriousness, honesty, credit. This homeland is carried out strictly according to the connotation of the Tao of the greatest creator, strictly according to the 800 new life values, whether on the constructing value or the constructing practice. The core of the warm homeland consists of homeland feats and beginners. All the core members are not the leaders outmatching high over others but servants. All the core members have to live a simple life, own nothing at all with no personal property, with no personal bank account, nothing but the homeland. Taking Dayform Celestial L as an example, his wealth amounts to 1 million RMB, such as house property, car, furniture including kitchen utensils all belong to the homeland. He owns nothing at all. His eating, clothing, housing and transportation are carried out on the simplest level. When he is alive, he is a person in the homeland. When he dies, he will be a celestial being in the homeland. Once you enter into this warm homeland, the homeland will take charge of the eating, clothing, housing, transportation, birth, death, illness and old age of every citizen. An individual needs not worry about such things and each citizen will not have any private interest, family and personal property. In the homeland everything is distributed based on one's needs. In this warm homeland, the people with the more contribution will receive more esteem, so the laborers are the most respected persons. The people who only want to get benefit and are unwilling to pay out will be disdained and rejected in this homeland. The idlers, lazybones and parasite cannot exist in this homeland. The homeland does not welcome the people who idle about every day and prefer stealing the show, gabbling and making gestures. This warm homeland is not the place for idlers but the paradise of the people who are honest, industrious, modest and trustful. This warm homeland fully respects human nature, human dignity, freedom and privacy. Nothing is compulsory but voluntary, and everyone works and lives according to the 800 new life values. Among different members, no one is commanding or interfered. No one is allowed to criticize or cavil other members but just does well on one's own duty. If one wants to educate others, he should use it to educate himself. Do not force others to do the things you yourself can't do. The love life in this warm homeland are free. It is not allowed to bring the moralization and religious doctrine of the worldly society into the homeland. No one is allowed to interfere others' love life. It is not allowed to make irresponsible remarks and talk of people behind their backs. It is not allowed the occurrences of such affairs as compelling, usurping, coercing and scathing. The love life of this homeland is carried out according to the mode of the heaven, the 1,000-year world and the celestial being, which works as the replica of the heaven and the 1,000-year world life. The people living in such way aim at transiting up into the 1,000-year world. The citizens of the homeland are meek sheep at home but fierce tigers and leopards to the outside world. They will afford the love guidance to the people who cherish this homeland, and they will give strict punishment on the people who intend to destroy this homeland. they will inherit the Muslim spirit created by Prophet Muhammad. We will keep the homeland regardless of the hardships and dangerous. We will not stir up trouble nor will we fear it, we will be brave and fearless of difficulties or death. For the people who favored the homeland, we will offer our gratitude and return for goodness. For the people who do something bad to the homeland, we will give them double punishment no matter where they are. This warm homeland will protect each Chanyuan Celestials who has paid painstaking effort and sweats to the homeland. The homeland will help each one to overcome the difficulties occurred unconditionally. The homeland will try its best to satisfy any reasonable requirement raised by him or her. Certainly, this is only available to Chanyuan Celestials himself or herself and not to his or her parents, children, other friends or relatives. At this point we will strictly obey the instruction of Jesus Christ. This homeland offers exceptional benefaction to the Chanyuan feats. As long as he or she is one of the feats, the homeland will take care of his or her eating, clothing, housing, transportation, birth, death, illness and old age from now. Certainly, above conditions only work when the feats need such things, otherwise, for example, the feats is capable of solving one's own eating, clothing, housing and transportation, the homeland will not provide him or her a penny and the homeland does not encourage greediness. If you can be self-sufficient then do not be greedy over others' bowl. However, we have to guarantee that the feats will not worry about the eating, clothing, housing, transportation, birth, death, illness and old age. We advocate that we should not easily ask for requiting but just sacrifice because we are the people who self-refine ourselves for merits and virtues, because we are the people who will finally break away from the universal gravitation of life to Celestial Islands continent, because we are the people who will initiate the life genuine for human with heart and soul, because we are the model of being an upright persons for all human beings and because we are the examples of all people and all the nice qualities should be first reflected from us. However, we do not assert or encourage each Chanyuan Celestials to swallow a camel. When you are in trouble or great pain, you are bound to speak out and offer a chance for everyone to share it with you. We oppose a person who furtively enjoys the happiness, and we oppose a person who endures the suffering alone more. The management mode of this warm homeland is in holographic order with no written law, rule, provisions, measures, restraint and rights, just like nature with invisible law, rule, section, measures, restraint and rights. However, everywhere in nature reflects the rigor and strictness of law, rule, section, gauge, restraint and rights. If one behaves according to the logos, one can soar freely across the sky like a heavenly horse. Otherwise, one will meet thistles and thorns everywhere and unable to advance even one step. This warm homeland possesses the huge power and infinite potential. All the people who love peace and pursue joy, delight, freedom and happiness will be certain to converge in this homeland from all directions until the whole earth becomes the paradise like the 1,000-year world. The citizens of the warm homeland, we are the creators, pioneers and practitioners of the new era, new values, new life and new mode. The hope of all human beings is entrusted to us. If we fall down, human beings will not have any hopes but desperation, and our individual cannot escape from the domain of the universe, the constraint of the 5 elements and the 36 passes of 8 diagrams array. All men will die. We would rather open a new road to survive in the deadly situation. In other words, we have known our path, and we have understood the future clearly, and we will need only to fight the wind and storm, follow and ascending the path of heaven. There is no any game so interesting as the game of human life. One should not be coward, and it is no use of retreating. It is not safe to return to the old shell, and the old city cannot be guarded any longer. The only way is to work hard to reach the other side because the bitterness is endless. An old friend with magical power has told us, when all countries still exist, the greatest creator will establish another immortal homeland, which does not belong to any concrete country or any particular nationality, but it will disintegrate all countries. This homeland will last forever. Christ also told us that moment was the moment when everything took a new lease of life, was the new system of future. He also told his disciples, you are going to be immortal in the future system. As a result, the ripened crops will be reaped into the future system, in which everyone can obtain the immortal life. All our Chanyuan celestials have to work hard to enter into that future system. In fact, we are already in that future system, and everything will be bright and clear in the end. The future of the earth is in this warm homeland. Beautiful future will belong only to Chanyuan celestials. An invitation to global communities for alliance with the second home, now new oasis for life. Xiefeng. July 24, 2011. Translated by Transin. And edited by Kayer. Dear friends. We all have the same dream to make this earth a fairyland for people who are kind, honest, diligent, simple, and trustworthy, and to let all future generations enjoy happy, joyful, free, and blessed lives forever. It would be impossible to realize this beautiful ideal if only a few thousand people work for it, so this dream can only come true with the joint efforts of people from around the world who are willing to commit themselves unselfishly, that is, to devote their full lives to it. In China, we have created a new life mode, the second home of life Achanyuan, in only 2 years. Our experiences have proven well that this new life mode has a very bright future. We have reached the first milestone toward this dream and expect that with gradual improvement, it will become the most ideal life mode for everyone. The new life mode of the second home has these 8 characteristics. No one worries about the matters of survival such as food, clothing, shelter, transportation, birth, aging, illness, and death. Everyone has a job or jobs to do, a place to live, clothes to wear, and food to eat. No one struggles to support their parents and children. Supporting parents and nurturing children are communal, not personal concerns. Individuals have no debts between each other. No one owns anything but everyone has everything. There are no marriages, traditional families, or personal property. No one pockets anything found on the road and doors can be left open in the evening, trouble is rarely found. Paradise management means that no management is the best management. There are no leaders or managers, so no one is led or managed. Everyone does their best work and takes what they need freely from the community. People all comply with the principle of no luxury and no waste. Our living environments are clean, orderly, and pleasant. Everybody is positive, happy, and healthy, and there is perfect harmony between people and people, people and society, and people and nature. No one is lazy and everyone refuses to be parasitic. Everyone tries their best to bring into full play their own qualities of sincerity, kindness, beauty, love, faith, and honesty. Everything and everyone lead toward a better future. We invite all communities in the world, whether they are utopian, communal, or idyllic, and no matter which country, region, ethnic group, culture, or religion you are part of, to contact us and become our friends. Let us work together to create the most ideal lifestyle for everyone. We wish to offer these 8 suggestions for forming our alliances. Exchange information and experience that we might learn from each other. Exchange community members. As a start, we could send 2 or 3 people to each other's communities. Promote our successful experiences and share them with other communities elsewhere. All communications will be done online and personal meetings will be unnecessary. No disputes or unresolved differences, as everything is done voluntarily. Each community would maintain its own character and identity, as none would interfere with any others and there would be no common laws. Let each one blossom on its own and allow a variety of different communities. Religious belief is generally not discussed. The main focus of communities is on how to make every member happy, joyful, free, and blessed, and how to improve harmony between individuals, between the individual and the group, and between people and nature. No intervention in or attack on any secular society. There will be no intervention in or attack on any secular government, political or religious party, propertied class, organization, or group. Life is a game which we should make as enjoyable as possible. There is no need to stick to the past and nothing should hold us back. No one can escape death, so why do we not just live our lives to their fullest? Let us show our passion and make our life journeys the most happy, valuable, and meaningful ones possible. With best regards and looking forward to hearing from you. Xie Feng, founder of Life Genuine and the Second Home. Call for all eco-villages around the world unite as one big international family. Xie Feng, the spiritual guide of Life Genuine. November 14, 2013. Translated by Tsong Long and edited by Kayer. Human beings are facing unprecedented severe crises. Financial crises, ecological crises caused by climate change, and war crises caused by regional conflicts, and the like have told us that if human beings do not change their existing lifestyles and production methods, but follow the traditional path, the ecological environment on the earth will be destroyed thoroughly. The possibility of human beings' sustainable development will vanish into thin air, and the future of all humanity will face a bleak outlook. These severe crises are likely to be resolved only when each person becomes aware of them and takes positive actions. Under a toppled nest, can there be unbroken eggs? Any fluky psychology and wait-and-see attitude will make us miss good opportunities and have regrets forever. The UN, governments of all countries, and many organizations, groups, and individuals are working hard in order to eliminate these crises, but these efforts are not enough, and they will only take effect when everyone on the earth makes joint efforts. The establishment and development of eco-villages is one of the effective measures to resolve those crises. However, at present, eco-villages are scattering all over the world but have not yet formed a strong influential force, and the scale and pace of development is not strong enough to stop global climate worsening. In order to speed up the development of all eco-villages, I hereby appeal to global eco-villages that they unite into one big international family and use collective wisdom and energy to advance their development. In this time when humanity faces common crises, it is important that all people elevate the common interests of humanity to the foremost position. All people must sacrifice the interests of their own countries, political parties, ethnic groups, religions, and personal interests to serve the higher interests of humanity. All eco-villages must give up their own interests and unite as one big international family. Only when we think of the sustainable development of human beings from a perspective of, the world is one family, individual eco-villages will benefit and develop faster and more healthily, and all of humanity will benefit from it too. Now the second home, now new oasis for life, of Life Genuine in China and Konohana family in Japan have united, which is the first gratifying step. It also proves that global eco-villages can transcend the differences of nations, cultures, and lifestyles, and unite as one big family. As long as we hold love in our hearts, and as long as we love all humans, we love peace, the earth, and life, we will have the ability and wisdom to overcome all obstacles and difficulties. We will be able to form a big international family by uniting all eco-villages, and create a new era of peace and harmony that is able to develop sustainably. This big international family can operate under the framework of the United Nations. I believe that the UN will be happy to accept and lead this international eco-village family and let it work and benefit for the interests of the entire humanity. The alliance of global eco-villages will have many benefits but no harms, and all people including members of each eco-village will benefit enormously. As for its formation and operation and how to overcome the differences of beliefs, cultures, lifestyles, and so on, I have a complete theory system which is sufficient to support and achieve this great ideal. The most critical issue now is that either we work together to solve the common crises of humanity and create a brand new era, or we sit and await our doom. Let us start to realize this ideal from a spiritual level first, then have representatives of all eco-villages meet to discuss the details. The best way would be for Jen to facilitate this project. Big disasters can happen anytime and we do not know whether we will still be alive tomorrow. However, as long as there is a gleam of hope, we must never give up making efforts. Decades are too long, so let us seize today. I sincerely hope that eco-villages around the world will take my appeal seriously and propel the prospective project in the most effective way, and complete the formation process of this project in the shortest time possible. 80. 80 FAQs concerning the home without marriage and family. 1. Xiefeng. August 25, 2007. Q. Why set up the home without marriage and family? A. For the purpose of realizing the ideals of our saints and sages and the hope of our people, for the purpose of setting a good example for human beings, for the purpose of providing a good environment to the Chanyuan Celestial for their self-improvement and experiencing the life of celestials in the 1,000-year world. Question: Who are eligible to enter into the home without marriage and family? A. Only the most civilized and the best could be permitted to enter into the home without marriage and family. Or you may call it as, gathering the ripened crops. Q. Who is the leader of the home without marriage and family? A. All of those people who are able to live their life in strict accordance with life a genuine value can be the leaders. Q. Where is the home without marriage and family? A. Everywhere with proper conditions. Q. Is it possible for me to enter into the home without marriage and family? A. Sorry, unless you have been baptized by life a genuine value. Q. Why only those being baptized by life a genuine value are permitted to enter the home without marriage and family? A. Without the baptism, you will be totally at a loss as what to say and what to do in the home without marriage and family. Question: Can Chanyuan Celestial enter into the home without marriage and family? A. No. Only those who have been devoting all their energies to the construction of life a genuine for at least a half year are eligible. Question: Do the people in the home without marriage and family lead an austere life? A. Definitely not. On the contrary, they will live the most prosperous and lively life. Question: How can you ensure that? A. People in the home without marriage and family are the most outstanding and creative group in human society. Question: Do you care only your own well-being and not the poor? A. We only care spirit and mind. Material things are not our concern and should be worked out by oneself. Question: Where do funds of the home without marriage and family come from? A. Through the dedication and creation of people in the home without marriage and family. Question: What would you do if people in the home without marriage and family become lazy? A. It is impossible for them to become lazy, because laziness will make their conscience uncomfortable. Question: Is it possible for the home without marriage and family to proceed forwards autocracy? A. Each of those being baptized into life a genuine is follower of Tao with profound wisdom, clear and bright mind. No one is willing to be shoved around, and cannot be shoved around except the most civilized approach. Question: Is there any private property in the home without marriage and family? A. No, everything belongs to the public. Question: Then there is no individual privacy and freedom in any sense? A. Absolutely not. Each residence is private, sacred and inviolable. Nobody is allowed to intrude without the master's permission. Question: Then, private property actually exists, right? A. No property is private here, and all of them belong to the home without marriage and family. But everybody in the home without marriage and family is capable of enjoying a life of great freedom and natural rights which cannot be deprived. For example, people should not disturb one another when taking a rest, neither can they deprive the other's basic safety. Question: Is there forms of spousal relationship in the home without marriage and family? A. No, they neither marry nor get married. Question: Then people with spousal relationship are not eligible to enter into the home without marriage and family, right? A. Sure, they can. But it is better for them entering together, and their marriage life come to an end since after. But they may choose to continue their intimacy in much civilized relationship, which none of others' business. A spouse planning to enter into the home without marriage and family must require the consent of the other party. Otherwise any party of a marriage will not be permitted to enter into the home without marriage and family. Question: Is the sexual choices in a random fashion in the home without marriage and family? A. Sure. People can choose their sexual forms in terms of their personal tastes according to the principle of ethics. They may choose to be in a pair, or 3, even 4 people together. Why will we restrict that if they feel gratitude to the greatest creator in their heart? If by so doing enables them to feel that life is good and thereby love life much more than before while devoting themselves selflessly into the hard work for human happiness, then, why will we restrict that? Question: doesn't that belong to assembling a crowd for promiscuity? A. People's concept on promiscuity is wrong. Promiscuity is limited to sexual behaviors between mother and son, father and daughter, grandparents and grandchildren, natural brothers and sisters. Those occurring between people without genetic connection should not be classified as lewdness. As for the term, assembling the crowd, what is improper here? People in the world were often assembled for conferences, strikes, parades, sports activities, dancing, or other similar activities. Now that all of these assembling matters are proper, what is improper just for fun? Sexual behavior is nothing but a game for fun. Question then, do you mean sexual behavior in group is advocated in the home without marriage and family? A. Absolutely not. Because that kind of advocating will hurt millions of people in the world. Moral values established in secular society should be followed by secular individuals of the society. Otherwise, the normal social order would be disturbed and the whole society would lose its vitality and push human beings to disastrous situations. Question: well, why is it possible to have sexual freedom in the home without marriage and family? A. The secular world can't be compared with the home without marriage and family. The basic form of secular world is family, which requires strict husband and wife ties. Once free love affairs happened, it is painful for his/her spouse, their children, even their parents, which will injure the whole society in the end. But in the home without marriage and family, there are no families, no marriages, and people living here are far from the secular world. They have paid off their parents, children, friends, and the society before entering into the home without marriage and family. They will live a totally new life in the home without marriage and family. In addition, all of the members of the home without marriage and family are civilized and outstanding individuals with pure mind, and they would not hurt their spouse either. Therefore, the sexual freedom in the home without marriage and family should not be copied indiscriminately in the secular world. Question: what will you do if somebody is unwilling to follow your style? A. All members enjoy freedom here. He is free to follow his lifestyle and nothing is imperative. Question: do all of you live together? A. Each member possesses a separate bedroom, bathroom and a private area. They do not live together. Question: what about having meals? A. Yes. Eat together in the cafeteria. Question: how do you deal with different tastes? A. The cafeteria will make their effort to take account of different favorites and satisfy everybody. Q. What about your food, on vegetarian or meat diet? A. They may choose as their own will. Vegetarian may be on vegetarian diet and those people whose favorites are meat may choose on meat diet. Nobody has the right to decide what the other people should to eat. But nobody is permitted to take wild animals or birds as their food. Question: are all of the members in the home without marriage and family Chinese? A. No. Chinese people only occupy a small ratio. Most people are whites and blacks or other races. Question: what to do if somebody gets sick? A. There are doctors and nurses in the home without marriage and family and everything for the patients is free here. Whoever is sick will be treated with proper care. Q. What if somebody passes away? A. There are special organizations to cope with these things properly. There is no need to worry. Question: how do you allocate those who no longer capable of work? A. They will be attended by the most careful and the most sympathetic people. Q. Can they have children here? A. Sure. It's up to you. Some people may need to be persuaded to have children for the sake of humankind multiply. Question: will the baby be kept to oneself? A. No. The baby is the sweetheart of the whole human beings. From the time of pregnancy, all costs will be shouldered by the home without marriage and family, including future raising and education. Question: how to organize various jobs. A. Everybody in the home without marriage and family has outstanding abilities and hobbies. The home without marriage and family will provide circumstances for their individual strong points, and each person can choose to do what she likes most. Nobody will be forced or arranged. Question: but how to deal with different jobs and different preferences? A. The difference between the home without marriage and family and the secular world is that there is neither lowliness nor nobleness in work here. Remunerations paid for different jobs are the same, no matter what you do: office job, cleaning, trading, growing vegetables, cooking or washing, so on and so forth. All jobs are of the same in importance. Besides, beautiful mind of people in the home without marriage and family are willing to do the jobs unwilling to be done in the secular society, and will receive greater respect and admiration on that regard. Question: is there a clear division of labor for all of the members? A. The goal of the home without marriage and family is that there is only one trade to be done for each member. For example, there is no need for the vegetable gardener to worry about the cleaning of his room, the dairy woman doesn't need to concern about washing her clothes, the businessman doesn't need to think about if a hot meal is available after a whole day's work, and the cook doesn't need to worry about the money. Everything will be organized orderly and systematically. Question: you say that everything is shared by the public. What if someone wants to spend money for his hobbies? A. There is an appropriate amount of pocket money for all. Q. What should they do for those people whose parents, children, or brothers and sisters were in need of them? A. It's not unnatural for this business, and it will be acted accordingly. Question: some of the babies in Chanyuan, Celestial are very young, yet they want to enter into the home without marriage and family. What to do then? A. It will also be acted accordingly. The home without marriage and family will take nurseries, kindergartens and schools in future if there are too many children. Question: could the parents and children enter into the home without marriage and family together? A. Sure. Each person could be a Chanyuan Celestial if she could resonate to life a Chanyuan value, which means a mature condition for entering into the home without marriage and family. To be continued. 80. 80 FAQs concerning the home without marriage and family, 2. Xiefeng. August 26, 2007. Question: I still don't understand what special advantages we can have after entering into the home without marriage and family. A. There are 8 advantages. 1. Living guarantees: no need to worry about food, clothes, house and transportations. You will be attended when sick and even after death. 2. You will be far away from human society and will no longer be tortured with worldly affairs, live only for ideas and belief. 3. Without the fetters of the family, your body, heart and psychic energy feel much freer. Nobody keeps his eyes on you, controls you and keeps after you. You need not to worry about the affairs of children too. 4. No matter how much you have changed, you can always find someone who can get along with you in character and disposition, and you can work, chat and entertain with them. 5. Because each one has a specific and definite task, so a lot of time is saved and you can do whatever you want. 6. The home without marriage and family has innumerable recreational activities, and you will never feel lonely and bored again. 7. You can achieve Tao rapidly with the help of the collective energy, get out of the limit of life and death and go to heaven. 8. With the help of the collective energy, you can pass through different catastrophes. Question: what recreational activities are there in the home without marriage and family? A. The recreational activities mainly consult and imitate the mode of the 1,000-year world, 10,000-year world, Elysium world and Celestial Islands continent. For example, people can be an emperor in turn, and when you are an emperor you can do whatever you want and others have to coordinate with you completely. Everyone sits together and interacts between heart and psychic energy, entering into each other's thinking and feeling the inner world of each other. Collectivity enters into the non-material world to do things such as to speak and communicate with eyes and body language. Magically change material world. Certainly, There are a lot of terrestrial activities such as dancing, singing, tug-of-war, hide-and-seek, poker, sliding across the table, tickling, exploration games, going for an outing, climbing mountains, piggies carry his wife on back and drawing lots. When you catch Eve, you need to play the role of Eve. When you catch clown, you need to play the role of clown, and so on. In one word, there are innumerable recreational activities which are beyond your imagination. Question: the home without marriage and family seems especially value recreational activities, and why does this happen? A. Here includes the secret of life. The long-term recreational activities will perfect the non-material structure, so everyone's process of turning into the appearance of children is accelerated because the kingdom of heaven belongs to children. Question: what kinds of collective activities are there in the home without marriage and family? A. There is a collective doing exercises lasting about 30 minutes after supper, which aims to build one's body. Then the activity of expounding the scriptures lasts about 2 hours, which aims to open up one's thinking, inspire one's wisdom, promote one's spiritual nature, so as to be a super celestial being earlier. Question: everything sounds so wonderful, but it should be hard to work out. What methods or measures are you going to apply? A. We do not adopt any method or measures. What we do but inspires the internal truth, goodness, beauty, love, honesty and credit of everyone. When everyone's consciousness and soul resonate at the same frequency, everyone is willing to do this. Question: nothing imperative? A. Absolutely not. We are sure that everyone will be sincerely convinced and willing to take part in the activities with the help of our best spiritual and psychological persuasion methods. If someone cannot get it temporarily, we can wait patiently until he comes to realize the truth, but we will definitely not compel him, her. Question: what shall you do if someone wants to quit the home without marriage and family? A. We will hold a farewell meeting, offer him with enough traveling expenses and part him with tears. Question: won't you give other compensations? A. The home without marriage and family does not have any private property, so everyone owns nothing no matter how long she has stayed in the home without marriage and family. As a result, she has nothing to take with him, her when he leaves but the traveling expenses. Question: if someone donates a lot of property, makes lots of contribution and earns a lot of money for the home without marriage and family while entering and staying in the home without marriage and family, can't he or she take some away when leaves? A. In life genuine in the home without marriage and family, all the conducts are willing, voluntary, and are a kind of unconditional giving for the life genuine values and life beliefs. One cannot expect requital when one donates, and the donation cannot return just like the exhalant air and the spilled water, so everyone needs to think before leap. Question: are there any deceiving and fraudulent conducts in the home without marriage and family? Will someone feel being cheated afterwards? A. Life genuine has a series of supporting values just like the Constitution of U.S. restraining all the people including the President. Everything of life genuine and the home without marriage and family is explained clearly and plainly by us, and we suit action to the word. Furthermore, we do things according to the law not people. Even Shui Feng himself should do everything according to the values of the home without marriage and family if he chooses to stay there. If he does not suit actions to his words, that is called fraud, but if his action suits his word, that is not called fraud. If he expresses his ideas clearly and his deeds are in strict accordance with his words, then there is not any deception. Life genuine is going to initiate the life genuine era, so it has to employ the most civilized way to develop all activities. Otherwise, it can't last long. The cause that we undertake will last forever, so all the activities we participate have to withstand the test of the masses and history. Besides, no matter where we build the home without marriage and family at, we all need to obey the local laws and regulations. Anyone can sue at the local government if he has the feeling of being cheated. Question: it is easy to say than done. How can one go out to sue if has lost both freedom and expenses at the home without marriage and family, especially when no one is allowed to be in? He may never be able to pass any information. What to do then? A. Good question. This question is very easy to answer. The home without marriage and family equipped with unobstructed phones and the phone numbers of the local police department are also provided here. You can also tell one of your relatives or friends to call you every few days. If you cannot answer the call on time, they should call police immediately. There is no risk to that. Question: you take people away. Where can we find them? A. Everyone in the home has communicated with others of the home for a long time and has been familiar with each other. If you do not trust these people, who shall you trust? The people with such thoughts are not suitable to enter into the home without marriage and family, so you don't need to worry and you can just live in the realistic society according to the traditional view of life and value system. In your mind, the home without marriage and family has changed into a criminal gang. With such morbid psychology, you should not imagine that you can enter into the home without marriage and family. It is not the problem of whether you want to enter or not, but the home without marriage and family will not let you in because such psychology and consciousness as yours are doomed to bring endless trouble to the home. To be continued. 80. 80 FAQs concerning the home without marriage and family, 3. Xiefeng. September 9, 2007. Question: it tends to live in groups in the home without marriage and family, and the orderly and harmonious group life needs a series of rules and regulations for self-discipline, is it right? A. No, in the home without marriage and family, there is no rules or regulations in any form for disciplining. Anyone can make decisions by nature, following one's inclinations. Question: if all of the people followed their inclination, everything would be in a muddle and mess, and the establishment of the home without marriage and family would end up in failure. Every large group without disciplines is just like a heap of loose sand and will be doomed to achieve nothing. Don't you agree with me? A. What you are talking about is quite true, but you are making your inferences based on the logic of man's world, and it isn't fit for the home without marriage and family. The lifestyle and management here operate in accordance with what works in the 1,000-year world and the 10,000-year world in heaven. According to my life experience in the 1,000-year world and my knowledge on the 10,000-year world, there is no constitutions, laws and regulations, religious disciplines, dharmas for controlling people there, and people make revisions through self-purification of their mind for the best lifestyle there. Actually, it seems that everything is so natural and is only going so naturally, without any conflicts or contradictions, everything goes in perfect order, peaceful and auspicious. Question: what you are lecturing here is an ideal model of life, but I'm afraid that it is not available in the real world. So, how can you ensure that everything in the home without marriage and family will operate orderly and harmoniously? A. We ensure that with the life genuine values. There will be no problems if all of the members of the home without marriage and family live their lives according to the life genuine value. Question: but the question is that, if there is a member who does not have requirements for himself in accordance with the life genuine value, what will you do? A. Firstly, we will prevent those who have no idea about the life genuine value from entering into the home without marriage and family. Before entering into the home without marriage and family, each member must learn and understand life genuine. She is not permitted to enter into the home without marriage and family until she can resonate to the Chanyuan value on the same frequency. We will further study and discuss and solve the problems later should they occur. Question: must one enter into the home without marriage and family? A. This is an inevitable stage for entering into Celestial Islands continent. Without this nurturing stage by the home without marriage and family, it is hard for people to form the habit required by the heaven, and at the same time, a lot of problems for individuals in the secular world is difficult to solve. It is impossible to understand many self-refinements or self-improvements for individuals without the collective energy field, and their spirit door is also hard to open. Question: what are the requirements for entering into the home without marriage and family? Are there any evaluation criterions? A. In short, one must highly resonate to the life genuine values. It can be explained in detail like this. There are 8 standards. 1. Find and get to know the greatest creator, and learn to dialogue with the greatest creator directly. 2. Have firm belief in Jesus the Christ, Sakyamuni the Buddha, Lao Tzu, and Muhammad. 3. Trust Shui Feng is the guide for human life and life. 4. Know marriage and private properties after entering into the home without marriage and family, and having paid off all your debts in the secular world. 5. Totally abandon your sense of self and put your life in the hand of the Great Creator and your human life in the hand of Tao. 6. Keep this in your mind: I will go to the 1,000-year world, I will go to the celestial islands continent in the end. 7. Make good preparation mentally and spiritually to contribute in the home without marriage and family instead of claiming and comfort. 8. You must be willing to devote your whole life to the great work of opening life a genuine era for humanity. Question: Are there any differences between the home without marriage and family and other forms of organizations such as Utopia Society, Buddhist temples, Christian churches, and spiritual communities, etc.? A. No Utopia Society in history is the same as Life Genuine, which has a systemic principle of values, and all of these Utopia Societies are blindly designed. The home without marriage and family of Life Genuine has a systemic value as the guide, and it is very clear. Both the Buddhist temples and the Christian churches have strict regulations and religious disciplines which the home without marriage and family of Life Genuine does not have. Everything here operates according to human nature and follows human inclination. Spiritual community such as Osho's Dhamma was only a result of irrational whim and would be short-lived and difficult to sustain, while in the home without marriage and family, because we follow the greatest Creator, the continuous driving force will ensure its permanence once it is established successfully. The communities witnessed by Jehovah were relatively successful, but families still existed and no love or sexual relationship was permitted out of marriage, while in the home without marriage and family of Life Genuine, men and women can enjoy free and very colorful love and sexual life. Question: Will the home without marriage and family be in an enclosed form? A. Soul is open but the living is closed. Everybody in the home without marriage and family possesses a personal computer and is available for internet access in order to learn about other ideas and belief systems in the world. Televisions are also available to provide of more than 100 channels of TV programs all of the world through satellite transmission. You may fly your thoughts and let your mind float freely. But the living style in the home without marriage and family is indeed secluded and isolated. 80. 80 FAQs concerning the home without marriage and family. 4. Xiefeng. November 6, 2007. Q. The people who enter into the home without marriage and family need to live collective life, which is prohibited by government, so you have to apply for the permission of the relevant department in the government. Otherwise, it is hard to avoid the suppression and ban of the government. However, the government will never approve such collective living style. What are you going to do with this situation? A. There are a lot of countries in this world that don't concern about such collective living unless we violate the local law or bring troubles to the surrounding neighborhoods. Your worry only exists in such countries as mainland China, not in other countries. Question: The concept of Life Genuine has essentially included the tenets of such religions as Christianism, Islam and Buddhism, but there are many details which contradict their original doctrines. So what are you going to do once the home without marriage and family is interfered by the local religions? A. Communication. So we should try our best to build the home without marriage and family in the country's freedom of belief. Question: Once the home without marriage and family has been established, it will attract the social attentions, and many people will run away from home to the home without marriage and family. At that time, many families will break up due to the concept of Life Genuine. Then, the accusation of destroying family will be blamed on Life Genuine, and the home without marriage and family will become the target of public criticism. Have you considered about the consequence? A. Things may happen in that way, but we couldn't not stop traveling just because there is a wolf ahead of us. So we can keep away from the place where the wolf often appears and move on. In this case, we have to be rational. For example, many families broke down for the car accidents, so why don't people charge the car, road or the manufacturing plant? Many families broke up because one member of the family often visits ballrooms or bars and then fall in love with other people. Why don't people charge the ballroom or bar? Many people fall ill, why don't they charge the earth? The home without marriage and family works as the ideal of civilized persons and also the choice of them. Your old ox cart cannot catch up with the car, train and plane. Why don't you rid of the ox cart instead of complaining and accusing the car, train and plane? As time goes by, the mode of production and lifestyle also need to be changed. It is useless to cry and shout. It is immoral to drag others because you do not move on. Life is short, and everyone has the right and freedom to pursue happiness, so why do you accuse the home without marriage and family? Must others eat what you prefer and act what you like? The disruption and disintegration of families are the inevitable result of the civilization development. Even without the home without marriage and family, more and more families are going to disintegrate. Who are we going to blame for? Question: the home without marriage and family is certain to have its own living boundary. If many people wish to come for a visit and survey, what would you do? A. Welcome. We will sell admission tickets, or maybe even run a hotel to earn some money, so come on, please. Question: what would you do if someone looks for trouble? A. Then we should really bridge over the troubled water. We will take the necessary measures as the situation calls for. Question: what will you do if the home without marriage and family becomes a dead duck? How will you dispose if some people have paid a lot but without any gains? A. Human is flexible and measures can be also changeable. We need to take the necessary measures as the situation calls for. In this way, the lifestyle loved by everyone will finally appear. So, once the home without marriage and family has been established, the dead duck situation is impossible to appear. Once the Chanyuan Celestial enter into the home without marriage and family, they will find what they obtain is more than what they pay. You cannot even drive them out of the home without marriage and family, just like the people who have been to paradise are unwilling to go back to the mortal world. Question: what are the motivations urging Life Chanyuan to initiate the home without marriage and family? A. The major motivations of initiating the home without marriage and family include the following 3 points: setting up model for initiating Life Chanyuan era, experiencing the lifestyle of heaven and adapting the life in heaven, centralized sermons, self-refining and self-improving. Question: if Shui Feng has gone, can the home without marriage and family keep going? A. At the very beginning Shui Feng is necessary, without whom everyone will not know what to do because they have no idea about the life in heaven. However, just 1 or 2 years later the existence of Shui Feng will not be so important and the home without marriage and family can develop continually when everything enters into normal, when everything adapts to the lifestyle of the home without marriage and family, and when many Chanyuan Celestial command the entire secrets of thinking in life. Moreover, there are many homes without marriage and family in the various places around world. The effect of Shui Feng can only affect a few people, and the Buddha and Bodhisattva may have mastered the way to sustain in Chanyuan.